Hello and a warm welcome to another episode of Star Chat with me, Upala, only on Earshot. Best known for her roles as Paro in Anurag Thakur's critically acclaimed Devdi and Madhavi Devi in Sahib Bibi Aur Gangster and the sequel Sahib Bibi Aur Gangster Returns, this actress made her mark as a powerful and talented performer with her choices. She has been lauded for her acting in the series in recent times in 1962, The War in the Hills, Your Honor, and as the ambitious, power-hungry politician Saraswati Devi in Raktanchal 2, which released last week. By now, you would have guessed whom we are talking about. Please welcome the powerhouse performer Mahie Gill on Star Chat on Your Shot. Hi, Mahi.
Yeah, hi. Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. So, Raktanchal 2, is bigger, better, and bolder. That's what I feel. And but it's got new characters, and one of them is you. So I wanted to know, and yours is actually quite an impactful presence.
Thank you,
Um,
ma'am.
Tell us something about Saraswati Devi. How much you identified? What did you connect with when it was narrated to you?
Uh, Personally, I feel that I am a very strong woman. I am, and secondly, I understand what they must have gone through. Because it's about the 90s era when women were living in the male-dominated society. For them, to become strong and to reach that level, it must have been so difficult. The struggles, वो कितनी मुश्किल हो सकता है, taking instructions, men taking instructions from women during that time. तो वो कैसे उन्होंने अपना जर्नी किया होगा और इस लेवल पर they must have reached. So I could feel that, because when I was narrated the script, I needed to understand the woman first. And then there were a lot of inspirations from all these strong women, in the 90s and 80s. Us time par, what they must have gone through to make a name for themselves and to gain these powerful positions. It must have been very difficult for them. तो मुझे लगा कि yes, I need to feel very powerful, I need to feel very strong to play that character. And Saraswati Devi is a very strong woman. She wants all the power. And so, yes, that's about it.
Mahi, I've observed for all your roles, they are powerful women. They are never weak, simpering, kind of characters. So do you kind of maybe subconsciously, consciously choose characters which are powerful, strong?
I don't know. I'm offered those kind of roles. I'm lucky that way. 4-5 साल पहले क्या हुआ था after Cyber Gangster and all, I started getting similar roles, all sensuous kind of roles. So I had to say no to a lot of them. उसके लिए भी बहुत strength चाहिए to say no to so much work. You need the courage. But then, fortunately with the OTT coming, and there's so much work happening, and there's an amazing content happening, and I started getting a lot of beautiful roles. I wanted to break that, what typecast ho gaya tha, sensuous and wearing a sari all the time, and haath mein you're carrying a glass of wine and stuff like that. But I won't say कि वही सिर्फ powerful होता है. Powerful can be, from even in mentally you can be very strong and powerful. So I'm lucky that I'm getting to portray all these roles now, and I'm thoroughly enjoying my journey right now.
Uh, you know, uh, there was a certain perception when you played Saraswati Devi, when you play her, that it's inspired from a real life character, real life politician, because the styling and the attitude and everything, and also Raktanchal is based on, inspired by the 90s, real life politics and, the stories of the 90s. How much would you agree or disagree that your role has been inspired?
Yes, Raktanchal is inspired by true events, but usko fictionalize kar diya gaya hai. But yes, I've seen all these women, be it Indira Gandhi ji, be it Jayalalitha, be it Mayawati, and they were strong women. They made a name for themselves. उस society में रहकर, which wasn't easy. लड़कियों को ऊपर नहीं उठने दिया जाता था. My mother was highly educated. I still remember, my lot of women in the villages, उनको पढ़ने नहीं दिया जाता था, I think. But these women were fortunate, but they must have struggled a lot, वहां तक आने के लिए. So yes, there is a lot of inspiration from all these strong women.
But not inspired by one particular character.
See, if you say Mayavati, maybe the costumes and all look like that, because I am from UP से मैं elections लड़ रही हूँ, and I want the power, so maybe the look is like that, but it's not, the story is not about her, it's inspired by her maybe, true events से लिया गया है, but yes, I think that all these beautiful women who have really worked hard and अपने level पर पहुंची हैं, position पर पहुंची हैं.
Did you get the chance, when you are doing a role like, say, a Saraswati Devi, there are a lot of nuances to it. So I have 2 points on this. Did you get the chance to add your own nuances, and what were they? And if they were, I mean, how kind of did you draw on your own, experiences, etc., to put across those nuances?
In the sense that, see, a lot of work is already done. जो हमारे faceless लोग हैं, be it costume designers or writers, they have written beautiful dialogues for you. A direction team takes care of all this, and DOP is there, so everything is taken care of. From my point of view, मुझे लगा कि I should put on a little weight. I should gain some weight, because I just felt. I asked Rita, my director, do you want me to put on weight? He said, no, it's okay. But then I just thought, कि मैं क्यों नहीं? I just want to look a little strong and little, voluptuous and thoda sa powerful. I don't know. I just got this feeling. Maybe it is a bit cliched, but I just felt it, and luckily I'm tall, so वो एक पूरा character में दिखता है. Then at the same time,
literally add weight to your character, as they say, yes, to the persona.
And at the same time, if you see the walk, the walk, वो बहुत important था, that I walk like a man. Because उस time पर औरतों को आदमी बनना पड़ता था to show that power. Maybe they're not like that from the inside, but उनको वो बनना पड़ता था. So that language, the body language had to be like that. So I tried to work on that. So ये 2-3 चीजें जो मैंने की हैं, बाकी I think everything was taken care of my team.
And it's a balanced character. I mean, it doesn't go into a very positive, very negative. So did you have was it a challenge कि थोड़ा कैसे मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा negative ना हो जाए, बहुत ज़्यादा positive, मतलब it was a very maintained role, evenly maintained.
Whenever you join politics, आपके बारे में opinions बहुत form होते हैं. Maybe she wants to do the right thing, but for that she needs all the power. So जो आपके against parties होंगी, they'll spread all those rumors about you कि वो ऐसी है, वो ऐसे हैं. I didn't think regarding that. I was just following the script. बाकी let's see what happens in part 3. But ऐसा नहीं था कि negativity or positive. I just felt that people will blame you, or I think you need to be thoda sa gutsy. I mean, a lot gutsy, to come up with this kind of a character. And the most challenging part for me was to speak that kind of a language. That Shuddh Hindi, UP ki Shuddh Hindi, with so many words which the politicians use. So I wasn't so used to speaking that kind of a language. So that was the biggest challenge for me, because मैं वहाँ की लगना चाहती थी, मैं वहाँ की दिखना
चाहती थी. आपने सीखा, कुछ train किया?
Train in the sense, yes, I really worked hard on the words and all, because I would tell Ritam, I said, Ritam, can you please change this word? He would say, no, ma'am, you can do it, because हम इस language को नहीं change कर सकते जो है. Because normally when we speak, we always say, अच्छा वो politician है, we won't use the word सांसद, so it is like that. So वो काफी सारे words थे, and but thankfully I had a good team. My director really motivated me, and I was like चलो ठीक है, एक dialogue खत्म हो गया, दिल से cut, and I'll see the other one, मैं तैयारी कर लूंगी mind में. But no, they would do the whole scene together, लंबा scene, and उसमें you have to be really prepared. So मुझे एक language का problem definitely हुआ था, जो वो diction पकड़ना, and that those words बोलना which we normally don't speak, and वो tongue twisting बहुत हो जाता है उसमें. So, but that was a challenge, when you're an actor, you have to work on it.
On everything.
Yes.
रक्तांचल 2 में हमने देखा कि एस्पायरिंग एम्बिशियस यंग पॉलिटिशियन जो होम मिनिस्टर होता है, तो हम लोग आपको आगे कैन वी एक्सपेक्ट मोर ऑफ यू इन सीजन 3, you know, whose ambitions kind of, is your role expanding in season 3?
Definitely, yes, yes, it is. It is. That's what I have been told. So, and I'll make sure that they do it.
शूटिंग शुरू हुआ है सीजन 3 का?
No, not yet. I think they're still writing the part.
आप, I don't know why, but I just feel that somewhere you are very politically aware in terms of, and I'm not just talking about the roles that you do, you know. मतलब आपको, you are not one of those की just fashion and, you know, dress and everything, but you're intelligently and politically aware, intellect and politics. So is that because, you know, what you've grown up as, or did you get the chance because of the roles that you did, the research? How did that shape you?
I have been very lucky कि मैं जिस family में मेरी परवरिश हुई है, they were very highly educated. So there was never this gender bias कि you know लड़का है लड़की नहीं है, stuff like that. तो मेरी education के ऊपर बहुत ध्यान रखा गया. I have seen my mother work. You know, my mother was a senior lecturer in a college. She did a PhD in entomology. Highly educated woman. You know, उस time पर उस जमाने में. You know, and my father was also you know, he was a डिप्टी इकोनॉमिक एडवाइजर. तो मैंने अपने घर में पढ़ाई लिखाई बहुत का माहौल बहुत देखा. इवन माय कजन्स, माय रिलेटिव्स एंड एवरीबॉडी, somebody was a scientist and stuff like that. So हमारी फैमिली में एजुकेशन को बहुत ज्यादा अहमियत दी गई है. So I think these are the reasons why, you know, like I always say, I tell everybody, all these young girls also out there, you know, who used to come up to me and tell me that, you know, we want to join Bollywood. I would tell them, you know what, पहले पढ़ाई खत्म करो. You know, पढ़ाई से बहुत कुछ आता है. And awareness बढ़ती है when you travel and all. I've traveled across the world. So I think so बहुत सोच आपकी बदलती है when you travel, when you see people, when you meet people, when you talk to them. You know, आपकी सोच बदलती है. So I think I am that kind of a person who would like to tell people that, you know, please पढ़ो, you know, especially women. You know, it's very, very important. So because I've seen that माहौल, my upbringing has been like that. You know, where I won't say I was treated like a boy, but you know, there was never this bias. कि लड़की होना लड़की नहीं है. In fact, I got a better education than my brothers. I was in a hostel, in a convent school. So I think all these things, and then obviously when I shifted to Bombay, there was a lot of struggle, and you know, I learned a lot from that. You know, so it's a learning experience every day. Like I say, you know, मैं कम काम करती हूँ because I'm a very satisfied person, और I'm lucky कि मैं कर सकती हूँ choose life को. So I think that changes you, that makes you much more mature.
Was that the reason you joined politics? Because I read somewhere that you want to do something for women. What do you want to do?
You know, 4-5 years down the lane, I used to go to Chandigarh. Like I said, a lot of young girls would come up to me and tell me कि हम करना चाहते हैं. मैं उनको बोलती थी कि please पहले पढ़ाई खत्म करो. It's very, very important कि आप एकदम से जाकर, if you're lucky, हाँ ठीक है, आपका career बन सकता है. But a lot of times what happens is that, you know, you end up in Bombay and then there's no work happening, and then you get into drugs and all this stuff because you don't want to go back. Because when I shifted to Bombay and for 2-3 years when nothing was happening, I used to always think, if I go back तो मेरे neighbors क्या कहेंगे, वो बड़ी actress बनने चली थी और कुछ नहीं हुआ. तो वो जो मेरा mindset था गलत था. ये नहीं सोच होनी चाहिए किसी के अंदर भी. अपने पेरेंट्स को कॉन्फिडेंस में रखो हमेशा. गो स्ट्रगल, you have all the, you know, you should follow your passion. It's very, very important, but education is important because if nothing happens, at least you have your education with you, you know. So मैं ये बोलती थी. And then like coming from the family जहाँ पर इतना support मिला हमेशा parents से, I used to feel के when I used to go to the villages and see कि, you know, even if the girls are not educated, 18-19 की साल की होती है, उनकी शादी कर दी जाती है. फिर उनका प्रेशर होता है बच्चा करो, you know, stuff like that from the in-laws. And then लड़की born हुई, then there's a problem, you know. तो अगर लड़का हुआ तो ठीक है. So इनका लड़कियों की लाइफ क्या है? You know, I respect the housewives a lot, but if you're educated, you can guide your children correctly. So I used to always say, एक तो ये mindset change होना is very, very important. And the female feature side, you know, लड़की होगी तो उसको मार दो, लड़का चाहिए. Why? When law has given us equal rights now, हर way में, तो if a boy can take care of his parents, why can't women take care of their parents? You know, So वो चीज, वो strong strength देना सबको, why not? If I have a face today, why can't I do it? अगर मैं बैठ के अपनी फ्रेंड से बातें करती थी, हम होटल रूम के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं, बातें कर रहे हैं, वी शुड डू, पर सिर्फ बातें करने से कुछ नहीं होता, यू हैव टू गो देयर एंड डू समथिंग. सो आई वाज लुकिंग फॉर अ राइट प्लेटफॉर्म. मुझे ये प्लेटफॉर्म मिला है अभी. I really don't know मैं अगले 2 साल के बाद कहाँ होंगी, क्या करूंगी, but I want to do it. I genuinely want to do it. अगर मुझे ये I'm lucky, मुझे ये blessing मिली है, तो why not the other women? We need to change the mindset of women and of the men too. आदमी पढ़ेंगे लिखेंगे, वो समझेंगे, let these women follow their passion. क्यों नहीं? There are a lot of cases happening in Punjab right now, which I just came to know, that there are these girls जिनकी शादी कर दी जाती है. The boys, they want to go, सारा पंजाब is बाहर है, so they want to go abroad. वहां चले जाते हैं, they go and marry this NRI girls ताकि उनको green card मिल जाए, stuff like that. So they don't want to come back now. So where does the girl stand? The in-laws don't take care of her because they say कि हमारा बेटा उधर है, मेरी नई बहू आ गई है, and the parents will not keep them क्योंकि हम तो तुम्हें भेज चुके हैं शादी करके. ये लड़कियां कहाँ जाएं? बट अगर आपके पास एजुकेशन है, there is so much you can do. And pandemic has taught us so much. We need good schools, we need good healthcare. So I think these are ये जो ग्राउंड लेवल की बातें हैं ना, ये मुझे काफी हर्ट करती थी. एंड दिस वाज इट वाज नॉट अ डिसीजन कि मैं एकदम से ऐसे, मेरे पहले माइंड में चल रहा था, बट दैट आई नीड सपोर्ट, आई नीड अ प्लेटफॉर्म टू डू ऑल दिस. You just can't land up there and start working like that. It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who put you down. एक एक्ट्रेस आ गई है, ये ऐसे करने लग गई है, बहुत बहुत गाली गलौज होगी, बहुत ट्रोलिंग हो रही है, होगी भी आगे चल के, बट माय मकसद इज क्लियर दैट आई वांट टू डू समथिंग.
It's so refreshing and a joy to talk to you because I see a lot of celebrities, Bollywood, going on social media and commenting a lot. But you are doing things quietly in your own way. I have never heard.
I'm a very introvert. A lot of people tell me, we don't see you there. हम आपको ये करते हैं. I said, I'm not that kind of a person. I can't change my personality. I tried कि मैं ये करूँ. I'm not able to do it. I do it once in a while and I'm like, this is not me. I can't do it. I don't want to become somebody else. और बाकी जो लोग हैं, I respect everybody. I think everybody has a reason. हर किसी के अपनी problems हैं, and I हर एक अपना life है. हम किसी के अंदर घुस के नहीं देख सकते उसको किस stress से गुजर रहे हैं, what is happening in their lives. So, but I am like that. That's me. My mother, my father helped so many people. My mother was a senior lecturer in a college. She used to call girls, the poor girls, home and teach them free of cost. Keep dissections karo, ye karo, wo karo. So many of my staff, my mother's staff in Chandigarh, their daughters, koi government school mein teacher hai, koi doctor hai, koi kuch hai. This is because I've seen that in my house.
True. Why so Saraswati Devi has been kind of, would you say, inspiring in your real life? She becomes the politician, rises up, and now you just joined, BJP.
The funny part was when we were shooting that time, I had no idea what's going to happen in the future. So, but I've learned a lot from that, in the sense that, when we were shooting and all, the atmosphere was such, like I see now, also in real life. But the only difference is, of course, आप बहुत protected होते हो when you're shooting, and here you are meeting people, you're talking to them. आपका सामने आपको problems आपको आकर बताते हैं, things like that. So, but yes, I have learned a lot from there, and hopefully when I do part 3, मैं real life से लेकर real में जाऊँगी.
Good. And would you like to do something in the line of education when you're fully into politics?
Yes, ma'am, that's my idea. I want to open schools. I really want to help children in schools, and like I said, mindset change करना is the most important thing right now. अभी भी if we say कि हम इस century में हम बहुत बदल गए हैं, नहीं बदले हैं. अभी there are a lot of changes that have to be done.
Do you feel power can help people? Power influence.
I always say कि power को use करो, misuse मत करो. If people have given you power, I remember when we go to people, हम हाथ जोड़ के कहते हैं please हमें वोट दीजिए. But when you become something, तो आपके हाथ कहाँ जाते हैं? Those people who have voted for you, I mean, they can't even get in touch with you after that. ये change करो इसको. If they have a problem, listen to them. अगर आप वोट लेने के लिए हाथ जोड़ते हो तो उसके बाद भी हाथ जोड़ो ना उनके सामने कि हाँ बताइए आपकी प्रॉब्लम क्या है.
So will you
Like
be thank
I was there in one of the constituency, तो मुझे that area was of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe का area था पूरा. And so these two women, they came to me and they were literally crying. They said, "Ma'am, आपको पता है कि हमारे बच्चे जब स्कूल जाते हैं तो उनको बोलते हैं SC आ गया." Why? क्या वो इंसान नहीं है? How can you differentiate? यही तो चीज है, यही तो सोच बदलने की चीज है.
Are you contesting the elections? Plan
I'm
to?
not. I'm not. I'm not.
You know, Mahi, where the politics I'm seeing now or in movies, you're a person who's always worked without any kind of godfather, any kind of political, I mean, even Bollywood, there's no connect. Do you feel that because of that, the journey is tougher, you know, when you work without any connections?
Yes, ma'am. It is difficult, but मैं ये बात भी बोलूंगी, like people say कि yes, ये मैं outsider हूँ, बाहर से आई हूँ, काम किया, but I've been very lucky. I believe in destiny a lot. But at the same time, जो लोग actors के बच्चों को criticize करते हैं कि इनको आराम से मिल जाता है, no doubt about it, आराम से मिल जाता है पहले, but उसके बाद इनको prove भी तो करना पड़ता है ना, उनके ऊपर there are different pressures on them also. So we can't judge anyone. हर किसी का struggle है. Even the top rated actors are struggling. कि अगर film चली, आप you have no work. So everybody is struggling. So we can't judge people by this. No doubt it's difficult for us because we don't know anyone, in the industry. हम किसी को भी नहीं जानते हैं. But then when you are performing well, you get work, but it's all destiny also. I believe in destiny a lot.
Mahi, when you're doing say a darker role, or a role which kind of goes into not gray areas, but a lot of emotional depth, is it tough then kind of diving into it and coming out of it, something which is like really in terms of emotional content is a very, very tough one.
Ma'am, I am this switch on and switch off actor. Once I'm out of the thing, I'm out of it. There's just one film that really saddened me and which was a little difficult for me, wherein, it was Ram Gopal Verma's film that I did. I'm getting the name, I'm so bad at names. Wherein that murder had happened, Maria Susiraj's body was cut in pieces. And that is one film where we were shooting in the same building. So usme when I used to come back home, I used to feel very horrible. Other than that, I think, nahin.
Like not even Saraswati Devi.
Saraswati Devi was a little difficult for me because of the language and everything and the power and all. But then, when you have a good team, that beautiful dialogues written for you, you have amazing actors opposite you, it really helps a lot. So ये सब मैं नहीं बोलूंगी कि I always say कि 90% of the work is done by the team. Faceless people, जिनका कोई mention नहीं होता है, the costumes and everything, you're in that attire and everything, it really helps you a lot. है ना? तो हमारा 10% है कि हम perform कैसे करते हैं.
Very, very true. And what's next?
Next, ma'am, I haven't signed anything as of now, but yes, there are very two interesting subjects जो आए हैं मेरे पास. So let's see once I sign them.
What about something comedy, like something out and out fun and
I want to do something romantic.
Okay.
मेरे को कोई romance ही नहीं करवाता. आज तक मैंने romance नहीं किया, mature romance you can say, but something like that, something easy and I don't know, something like that I would like to do.
I heard even Your Honor season 3 is also happening. So
yes.
So that was also a role I think which you impacted a lot. So how was it working in something completely different?
Yeah, that was very interesting. Maza aaya. I mean, I have done so many films with Jimmy now. So I tell him कि Jimmy हर तरह की film करता है, मैं उसके साथ ही काम करती हूँ. It was fun working on Your Honor 2 also, and 3 will be a better role, I'm sure, better part.
Okay, I think I'm good. Would you like to add something? Would you like to Raktanchal something?
But it's just that please guys watch Raktanchal 2 and ये बोलना चाहूँगी सबको. And lovely talking to you, ma'am, and please give your blessings कि कुछ भी करूँ, दिल से करूँ, and I want to do that.
I'm sure you will. I mean, it was a very refreshing talk. I loved it. So thanks a lot and all the best, Mahi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
मैं आपको ऐसी ही और एक्साइटिंग स्टार से बातें करवाते रहूंगी, मिलवाते रहूंगी with lots of interesting news in between. Till then, keep listening to Star Chat only on Earshot. मैं हूँ बाला signing off for today. Take care. Bye.